Ooh, what up, y'all? It's your man, Abuamerican. I'm pulling a solo OG Logic. Solo. See, I can't talk today. I'm gonna do a solo. Doing a solo OG Logic. I guess. I don't know. Bobby might pop in, but he out and about traveling and whatnot. So your boy Abuamerican is here alone. But that's not a problem. What's good, people? Hey, so everybody was asking about it. I'm looking for something here and I can't find it. Anyway, everybody's asking about my membership. My YouTube membership channel is now live, it's now active. So you go over there and sign up and just be like, yo, what's up? Show me some love. Anywho, I was trying to get a guest on, but you know. Wait. Here we go. Hold on. Yeah, let me see if I can't get a guest on here real quick. Hold on, where's this thing? See, invite, copy the clipboard. I don't know who this might be. I'm in a group, so I'm just gonna randomly invite someone. This might be real exciting. It might be someone who really hates my guts. We're about to find out. Do a little something different. Nah, I don't know nobody in this group hate my guts, but yeah. So anywho, I put relationships in the title. And y'all know that's really just my thing in general. So I can go on all day about that. But it doesn't have to be about, relationships with women only. I mean, it can just be relationships with people in general. I'm having some really interesting relationships with my work colleagues right now. I have decided that I am not built for the work world. And really, to be honest, I haven't really been, I've worked, but I say like the vast majority of my life, I've actually worked for myself. So this is just like a stint where I'm like, I'm finding my feet again and, looking to get back into solo work. When I was in Qatar, there was like a full year where I was running my own MMA gym. Believe it or not, yes, Abuamerican was running an MMA gym, and that was great, man. That was some good money. It was fun. I actually worked out with the dudes, fought with them and everything. So we had a really tight team. I was trying to get some guys into some fights, get them on some sort of like Abu Dhabi card because Abu Dhabi's big on fights and whatnot, but. Yeah, I ended up leaving, man, because it's just like the place, they were making it real difficult for me. I wanted to open my own gym. And if you want to open a gym there, it's a real complicated process. I don't know how it is now. I mean, a lot's changed in 6-7 years since I've been gone. But yeah. So this is like one of these little windows where I'm working with people, and I realize I'm not really a people person. When it comes down to relationships, I'm a I'll tell you guys something about myself. I'm like a real hot and cold person. I wrote that book, The Mad Monkey, and that's nonfiction. That's a nonfiction book. I was a real evil person, So I used to fight a lot. I got a real problem with like just people. Hey, what's up, gracious? I got a real problem with people and like bad attitudes and like disrespect. It's just not something I could deal with. Even at 48, it's like it ain't gone away. I'll be like 60 hitting dudes with my cane. Actually, I probably won't be using a cane at 60. We'll say 80. I'll be at 80 whacking dudes in the head with my cane, trying to break a hip. Some dude pushed me over. But yeah, my relationship with people is like real tumultuous in general because like I have no in between buttons. I have no in between. There's either hot and there's cold. So what I tend to do is I play it really friendly and really polite with people, and I do to a degree expect some reciprocation. It's just a matter of like, interpersonal respect. And if a person can't do that, then it's completely off. Then I'm just gonna absolutely hate you. I'm gonna treat you like that every day because I absolutely hate you, and I want you to say something stupid so I can punch you in the mouth. But so that's how I am at work, and people are really like they don't know what to do with that, And I notice it's like it's not them, it's me. I can't say walaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, Yasin. I can't say it's the rest of the world. It's me. You know what I'm saying? So hey Pogger, hey, first person coming over from That's interesting. Nice, man. Welcome, bro. From Twitch. This is first Twitch user. Yeah, so I'm a real hot and cold, so and I realize it's not the rest of the world. And this is one thing I just wanted to bring up in this in terms of talking about relationships. And this isn't about with women this time. This is just about people in general. You have to realize when it's you and when it's not everybody else. And I realized that I'm good, bro. I'm good. Thanks, man. You got to realize when it's you and me and my work relationships, it's me, because I understand my anger. That's one thing I do understand very well, that I play it polite with people. And what happens is multiple things happen. I made a whole video about this, so I'm not going to go over in great detail with this, but two things happen. People confuse kindness with weakness, and they confuse being friendly with wanting to be friends. And that right there, it gives them this type of mentality and idea that they could just, talk reckless because you're being polite and you're being nice. No, I'm just, you got cheated on today, bro. Oh, bro, what happened, man? How you get? Hold on. Hey, let me finish the story, man. We gonna deal with your situation here. And so what happens is people think that's a doorway to disrespect because they think I'm like soft or something. And then what happens is there's like an over adjustment, and then they're like, yo, this dude's like a total dickhead now all of a sudden, and I'm just like, I get up in their faces and I just be like, yo, who are you talking to, man? You mushing dudes and whatnot on the job, and I'll do this in front of the boss. I had an incident like 2 days ago, and this cat was like acting kind of reckless, going around snitching and whatnot, and I just ran up on him. I was just like, he was right with the boss, like thinking he was safe, walking next to the boss. I just walked past the boss. I was like, yo, hold up. I said, boss, hold up, stay right here. I just stopped everybody like I was in charge. I was like, come here, man. I said that to the boss. I said, come here, man. I said, you stop, come here. I said, now he doesn't know I'm about to say this. And I just lit that dude up, and the boss standing there like, oh, whoa. And this guy's like a site supervisor also. So I was like, hey, man, you got something to say, man, right here. But now he's playing extra cool. And so now I can dial it back a bit. So, there's a middle ground, and apparently I just don't know it. And that's me, Walaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, Suleiman. So, Pogger hey, Pogger, man, you got to tell me what's going on here with your story, bro. What's up? Pogger says, I got cheated on today. How'd you get cheated on, man? I hope it ain't no girl. What's going on, man? Someone cheat you for some money? What happened, man? Fill me in, man. We gonna get you through this, bro. What's up? Pogger, man, you're gonna be a fast on the response, bro. So anyway, in interpersonal relationships, man, you got to know your strengths and you got to know your weaknesses, and you got to know how to deal with them. This is something a lot of people don't do because a lot of people are introspective. They just look at the world as like black and white. And I know everybody says they don't do that, but they actually do. Because when you listen to their, you got to be aggressive in business. I'm just an aggressive person. I don't know if it's good. It's definitely, I'm far past, I'm responding to Yassine, to anybody who's wondering right here. Yassine said, you got to be aggressive in business. I'm just an aggressive person, I can't help it. It doesn't turn off. I got like this really hot and cold switch inside me. I wrote the whole book about it, Mad Monkey, and that little creature's in this cage. I finally figured out how to lock him up like in my mid-20s, and he's still in his cage out there rattling every once in a while. So I still want to kill people, I ain't killed nobody yet. At least, well, anyway, yeah, so I'll be out here like, hey man, I'm about to whack you in the head with this wrench. So anywho, people aren't introspective about themselves and their behaviors and the mannerisms. People tend to be too black and white and too like it's always the other person's fault, and they never look at the situation and realize where they lie at fault in the story. And then when a third party comes along, listens to the story, and they're like, yo, you kind of dropped the ball there. Like I had a situation recently. Well, it wasn't recently, but it was about like 2-3 months ago. And someone showed me some text chats, and it's like, look how this person's treating me. And I was reading through the text chats, and the person was like, the person was basically describing the person showing me the text to a T. I was like, yo, that's you right there. Why are you mad? And then it was like, you see how they treat me? But I'm like, and I didn't say nothing because I was being polite. I should have lit them up though, but I was just like, my niggas, that's you. They describing you and they don't like you. I'm like, I can tolerate you, but they just don't like you, because they don't like the way you are. And so that's what I was seeing in the text, and so a lot of people don't have that ability to actually analyze their own behavior and then take action on it, because it's coming from someone else. And so what they're thinking is, oh, well, I ain't got to change for somebody else. I'm my own person. I'm my own personality. The whole independence, in the sovereign individual thing. And that's a fair point. But if you're a wanker, you're a wanker. Maybe you should do something about that. You know what I mean? Even I think about it sometimes. I mean, I know I'm a wanker, but I tell people, I warn them. I go to work and I tell them, I say, look, man, I'm going to be totally cool until I can't be cool. And if you make it so I can't be cool, we really not going to be cool. I was like, so pick which one you want, which one you could deal with. I said, because there's going to come a day where I'm going to push you so hard that you're going to want to fight and you're going to lose. I'm just telling you. You could be 20, you could be my age. I don't care. You're gonna lose because I go fight, I go train. I go to boxing and whatnot. I haven't done no jiu-jitsu recently, but I get my train on. So it's like, what you gonna do besides getting knocked out? I might pick you up and just, it's still the runner, but I still got it, baby. I'm sweating. Yeah, it's hot in here, man. I got these miners running in the back, man, and it is so hot in this place. It is crazy how much heat those things produce. I made a video about it, man, and them things like pumping off 54 degrees Celsius. What's up, Parker, man? You back? I asked you how you got cheated on, man. Hopefully it wasn't a girl. What's going on, man? So what's up, Parker? You got to drop it, man. Drop it. We gonna get you through this, homie. Inshallah, we gonna get you through this. What's up, Parker? So guys, be more introspective, that's the first step in like any and all relationships, my man, Sully, man, first member. Thank you, good sir, for joining the channel. There we go. She liked the car. Well, this guy had a good car. Wait. So Parker saying he got cheated on here. He says, well, this guy had a good car. She liked the car. Walaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. What's my opinion on black pill? I'm not a nihilist. I have no love for nihilism whatsoever. So yeah. So yeah, Parker, girl cheated on you because of a car? And she was all on him because of a car? Parker, man, your game sounds off, bro. How a girl gonna leave you for a car? Gracious interest, man. Thank you for joining the channel, my man. The homie. He's the homie right there. She was all on him in front of me. Yeah, see, bro, something went wrong a long time ago. Your girl just don't, like jump off. Why freaking focus, man? One second. Let me fix this cam. There we go. Your girl don't just jump off of you because you got an old car. It don't work like that, bro. Something else was bothering her. You know what I mean? So, yeah, bro, something else was off. You missed some sort of signal. You missed some sort of cue, some sort of sign that something was going wrong earlier in the relationship. And then now it was just like, oh, look, an opportunity arises. Some guy who seems like a better option than my guy, aka quote hypergamy, monkey branch. She's like, okay, this is my opportunity. And then she allowed how she really feels about you, which is you were a holdover until she found something better, which was the guy with the car. And yeah, and then she let you see how she really felt about you. So something prior to that moment happened, or a lot of something happened over time. I don't know how long y'all was together, and she decided to bounce on you, bro. So you missed a lot of signals there. You know what I mean? But look, Parker, man, let me tell you something. It ain't that bad, bro. It ain't that bad. The world is filled with these bents. It's filled with these girls, man. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know if you're Muslim or not. I mean, there's mostly Muslims tuning in my channel, but even if you're not, look, I always keep the roster full. You got to keep the roster full, my man. So I got like this phone, and I got this phone, and this is for the wives, and this is for the women who want to be wives. No joke. This is for the wives. I'm not playing. This is for the wives. This is for the women who want to be wives. So I don't even get confused. I don't be like, confusing the girls or nothing. And you gotta roll like that, bro, and be just unapologetic about it. Because you know what? You, inshallah, you're a man. And this is your strategy. This is your way. Like they said in that, what's that thing called? Mandalorian. This is the way. This is the way for us men. We have a single reproductive strategy. Women have a bifurcated, a dualistic, reproductive strategy. We have a single strategy: spray and pray. We just out there like da, 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 da. If women made weapons, they'd make a single shotgun, and then they'd have to reload. Just like their eggs, they got to reload all the time. Guys, we came up with the machine gun because that's how we reproduce, machine gun style. We just be like that. Blah, 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 blah. You got to go out there with these women like that, machine gun style. Why do you think we came up with all the weapons, man? That's why we come up with the good stuff as men. That's why, women would still have us riding horses because they only need 1 horsepower because they think in that mentality, in that way. We, Mr. Spray and Pray, what are we going to do? We're going to make multiple horsepower, homie. So rack up, stack up, just learn from your experience, think back to what was going wrong, when it was going wrong, do better, not because of her, not for her, but for you, because obviously it's disappointed you because you asked me about it on air, right? So if it disappointed you, what you want to do is you want to fix that situation, not I dropped. Oh, there we go. You don't want to fix that situation for her or to get her back or whatever else. Let her have her do with the car. Fix it for you so you don't have to go through that situation again. So you don't have to feel that feeling again where like, oh, my girl cheated on me. So you don't have to have that feeling. So the next time something happens, it's like, look, girl, I don't know if I want to keep you around. You know what I mean? New member, Abuamerican. Hershey's on this phone. So yeah, make sure you do that, man. You do that for you. You don't do that for her. You do that for you. You know what I mean? What are some of the signals that he could have picked on that his wife was going to monkey branch? Man, bro, you could write volumes and volumes on this, man. The signs are there. It's just you got to see them real time. There's a lot of different things she's going to do. There's going to be look, he's saying that the girl was all on him in front of him. That level of disrespect doesn't come from like 1 second to the next. You ain't in love with your girl and she's all huggy up on you and she's loving you and kissing you. It's like, oh, my baby, booby boo, whatnot. And then all of a sudden a guy pulls up in a car and she's like, oh, nigga, I'm out. And she runs over here and starts being all on dude. That didn't start at that instant. It don't work like that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, dude, I drive a regular car right now. I'm all of my extra money goes into cryptocurrency and cryptocurrency mining machines. I ain't buying no car. That's a money loss. I'm buying stuff that makes me money. So I drive a regular car. I've been to the richest, most expensive cities in Europe with my wife or wives. They ain't jump ship on me. Dudes rolling by in Lamborghinis, Ferraris, you know what I'm saying? The fattest Mercedes and whatnot. They walking past us. She wasn't all like, ooh, oh my gosh, let me go see what's up. They wasn't like that because it don't start like from 1 second to the next. So at some point, she fell out of love and it made easy for her to just like shoot her shot at somebody else. So those signs, man, I mean, they're going to be various. They're going to be, different for every relationship. But, that general level of disrespect, that didn't come overnight, man. Walaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Greetings to you too, bro. Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. And you know what? Andrew Tate talks about this a lot. Andrew Tate and Tristan Tate talk about this a lot. And you could tell they know what they're talking about. They were getting women before they had money. I've been broke. I've been broke in my life. I've been like, just, throwing the towel, son. I've couch surfed at people's houses broke. And you know what I was doing? I had my girl on dude's sofa, chilling, watching TV. No joke. She didn't once think that this happened to me, man, in my adult life. I had a really rough patch and I was broke and I was between houses. And so I was waiting on some hits. I was waiting on some money to come in, because I even before cryptocurrency, I never kept my money cash. I don't keep a lot of liquid cash. So I was waiting for some money to come in from different bank accounts, UK here, that's the other, things weren't so fast. I'm old, so we had to wire stuff, That's how we got our money back in the day. I'm playing. So until my money came in and I got my own place, I had a place lined up. I was going to rent it from a guy. And, my girl used to come over to the house. We sit on the couch. She didn't think like, oh, this dude got a nice house. Let me go ahead and try and score with this dude. Nah, you know what happened? I couch surfed at his house for like a month. I stacked some cash, opened my own business, moved into my apartment, and guess what? My girl moved in with me. So, you know what I'm saying? These things don't come like just out of the blue. You know, if your girl's down for you, she's down for you, bro. If she's gonna jump ship for the first guy who's got something better, she was never down for you. She's always been waiting for that opportunity to like go to somebody else. That monkey branching, that isn't something that a woman does for 20 years. You know, monkey branching is she's like, I need a layover situation till I get a better one. And you're gonna notice it. If you're not noticing it in your woman, you ain't paying attention. You are not paying attention. You really got the blind. You know what it is? Dudes get into a relationship, they get some hoo-ha, and then they go blind. They just get whooped, they get hoo-ha whipped, and then they just be like, and then girls out here just like running buck wild, running reckless, you know, and so money ain't game. Money gives you access to higher quality women, but money does not equate the game. So remember that, guys. Grace Interest says men are invested in creating legacies. Wives are a passenger to the ride. Yeah, it's true. She can be put on the side when the disrespect occurs. Absolutely. Yeah, so absolutely, man. You know, I'm saying I say this a lot, you know, to my girls. It's like, you know, this is like a bus. You know, this is the team Abuamerican bus. You ain't the driver. There's one driver. You see two steering wheels up in here. You see like in the driving school, them extra set of pedals. So in case the teacher panics, he can hit the brake, you know. You see that in here somewhere? No, this is the Abuamerican bus. And you don't like it, there's a bus stop every 5 minutes. And we can stop at one and you can climb out. And Abuamerican's going, you know, pick up the next passenger. We're going to put somebody else on the team if you want to go. If that's what you want to do, because it ain't a prison. You know what I mean? So you got to have that same mentality as women. You got to be ready to drop them at the drop of a hat. But see, that makes you more attractive because that makes you less needy. And the less needy you are, the more attractive you are. You know what I mean? Be less needy. Yassine, what would you disagree about, man? Let me know. What would you disagree about? My homie, hit me up and let me know what you would disagree about. What it is while I take a drink here. Let me put this on silent so you can hear me, you know, slurping and gulping. Ooh, that's good. Yassine, man, you gotta tell me what you disagree with. What, the money in game? What's it gonna be? Because money don't equal game. You know, money, like I said, money gives you access to locations that are gonna have like higher quality women in terms of looks. That doesn't that does not necessitate that these women are higher quality in ethics and morals. That's what we're looking for as Muslims. We're looking for higher ethics and morals, virtues, values, ethics, and morals. We want those to correspond with ours as Muslim men, just as Muslims in general. So as to whether or not that's going to open up doors to more higher quality women in that regard, okay, that's arguable. But like in terms of looks, yeah, definitely like, you know, the good stuff's always where the good stuff is. You know what I'm saying? Like they say top shelf, you know what I mean? It's up on the top shelf because it's expensive. It ain't for the regular people to handle, you know? If you short and you got to go call somebody, yo, give me the good stuff. Give me the good goods up there. That's money. That's what it does. It opens those doors to you, you know? Nah, Pogger, it's all good, man. It's all good, Pogger. Donate if you can, donate if you can't, whatever, man. Join the channel. Yeah, well, that's how it's supposed to be. Some women just fall in love. She is on this phone also. Yes, she's on this phone also. So some women just fall in with who you are, not the money. Obviously, that's how it's supposed to be. You know what I mean? If she's falling in love with your money, that's a problem. Because what happens if you run out of money? She fell in love with your money. You ain't got no money. Guess what? You ain't got no girl because she fell in love with the money. And when the money's gone, so is she. Right? He said, if you got money, basically everyone wants to be in your presence. Jein. That's what we say in German for yeah and no. Jein is like yeah and no at the same time. I disagree, man. And that's because I've been in situations where I ain't got money. I was in situations where I had multiple wives and I was struggling for a bit, because I got these windows, man. It is what it is. I take, and I wanted to actually do today's show on risks. And so I've taken some massive risks that cost me dearly. And so those will be my dip sections, because like when I go in hard. And, sometimes it worked out, sometimes it does, like I'm trying to think when I went into a massive risk. I went into quite a few, actually. I'm trying to pick one. Anyway, I spent a lot of money on like some projects and nothing came out of it, and I really hedged deeply into those projects because I believed in them, and I still believe in them. It's just, sometimes you deal with some dodgy people, and dodgy people going to do dodgy stuff. But I've had multiple women in my lives at those times. One of those times was in Qatar. I had 3 women. They didn't care that, I had a moment where I was like, you know what? I don't give a damn. Let me just go ahead and go back to like regular work. And then, stack up again. And that's what I did, till I moved to London. So then when I got to London, I was chilling and I was like living off some Qatar savings, not even paying attention to the costs that it costs to live in London. It was stupid expensive. And I wasn't even paying attention. I was just like, take that Arab money, take this oil money, take this sheikh money. And then I was just like, yo, hold up. It's kind of expensive here. Yeah, I still had did I have 3 or 2 wives in London? Jeez, I've been married too many times. It was 2 wives. So they didn't care, bro. I was catching underground. I never owned a car in London. I could have probably owned one, but I didn't. Ain't nobody care, man. Money ain't what it is. It's your game. It's that swagger. It's that. And when I say swagger, we're talking both your personality and your clothing. That will take you further than anywhere else. And that's both with men and women. That's not just that's universals, but you got to have that inside. One of the things, I tweeted this today. It's like, you could fly to the moon. I don't care if you did that without a suit. If you went to the moon without a spaceship and came back from the dark side of the moon with a living alien, I still wouldn't think you're better than me. So, and I said that in the tweet. I said, so be careful how you talk to me. Pay attention to how you talk to me. That's how I walk around the world. Women notice that stuff, man. But dudes be like, oh, I got they got some ratty shoes on. Dudes talking about you can't wear no cargo shorts and get girls. My niggas, I'll wear cargo shorts. I'll wear flip-flops with socks and like an anime t-shirt, and I'll still grab. What are they talking about? This is the goofy stuff that the red pill world is talking about. What are niggas talking about? What are they talking about? These are guys who do not understand what it is to be like the absolute self-confident girl-grabbing dude that you could be at all times. They have no idea. Anybody who says that you can't rock cargo shorts and be awesome, you can't do this and grab a girl, you be seeing all sorts of goofy tweets. I just want to cuss these dudes out. I don't know what you're talking about. My niggas, so money don't matter, man. Money don't really matter that much. I'm not saying don't get your money right. Get your money right. Your money is important. Get your money right. But it's just like, that's not, if you're incorporating money into your game, you know what I'm going to do? I'm on the path to being paid up. I mean, paid up, inshallah. And when I'm paid up, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to drive me a ratty car. And every time I go meet a prospect, I'm going to show up in my ratty car. You know why? Because I don't want her to know I got money. Either she's going to like me or she's going to like what I'm driving. Either she's going to like Abuamerican or she's going to like what Abuamerican can do for her. What do you want as a man? Do you want her to like you, Yassine, or do you want her to like what you can do for her? You want her to like you. So once she likes you, make it nice for her to be with you. Make her like what you can do for her. But what's important is she likes being with you more than anything else. That's the priority. That's why I say for Muslims, the order of operation is build attraction, then after marriage, build desire. All that, what you can do for her, that building desire and all that stuff, that comes after the marriage, man. Just build attraction. See how she feels about you. Don't be talking about no 80,000, euro wedding or something. If you want to do that, I think you're crazy, but okay, do it. But don't let her think about it. It's like, no, I just want to do a son of marriage. See what she says. If she wants to marry you, she's going to be like, all right, let's do a son of marriage. Then you boss up with the wedding hall and all that goofy stuff, all y'all cultural Muslims do. But get that baseline of attraction first. Is she down for you? Or is she down for what you can do for her? Because when you can't do it for her, you know what's going to happen? So I'm just saying, man. No, absolutely, bro. You got that right. In my opinion, we as men should not concentrate on women in game, on women game. No, you got to know women game, bro. You have to know women game. Concentrate on your money, but you got to know women game also. Because if you don't, what's going to happen is we all live in the West. You're going to get taken to the bank. If you're rich and a girl comes along and you don't know game, you're going to get a girl that's going to take you to the bank. She's going to clean up. She's going to clean you out. And don't think these Muslim women are beyond using the legal system out here to eat your lunch. Build it and she will come and take it from you. So learn game. You got to learn game for your protection. It's not game so you just go out and grab girls and just like bang and smash haram. No, that's not what it's about, man. Learning game is about getting a woman who is down for you. Get your money. Absolutely. My niggas, get your cash. But make sure that girl, she ain't there for the cash. Okay? Because just like girls, see, here's the thing. These chicks, they got the smash and dash too. You see, dudes always talking about, yeah, I'm a smash and dash, Yeah, okay. But she gonna smash and dash too, but with your cash. You smash and dash with that ish. She gonna smash and dash with that cash. Okay? So you gotta know game to protect yourself. It's not about like just going out playing games with women. That's not what it's about. Anybody who knows Abuamerican, I'm not about that life. I'm not about going out playing around with women, whatever else stuff. Yeah, my niggas, I ain't got to mess with another girl in my life. I'd had enough women in my life. You know what? I don't even care if I see another one. I'm happy with getting my cash. I prefer to have women in my life, but I just don't need them anymore. You know what I'm saying? So the women I have in my life, I enjoy having in my life, and I want them here. But for sure, one thing I do is check who they are and what they're all about before they like come on the team. And you got to know that, man. How do you go from a beta male who can't even make eye contact with a woman to a confident alpha? How can you not make eye contact with a woman? I don't understand. This is not something I've experienced in my life. There hasn't been a time in my life where I can't say it. I wouldn't like look a girl in the eye and just be like, what's up? What? A matter of fact, it's quite the opposite. These give me a second, Ty. I'm gonna hit you up here. It's been the opposite, where it's like I'm looking at like, what are you looking at like you gonna knock somebody out? That's how I look at women. I've always looked at them like that, because I've always been an aggressive person, like I was saying at the beginning of the show. It's like, who are you looking at? Goofy, you goofy. Get out of here, you little midget. Your little scrawny arms can't even do a pull-up or a push-up. So, that's the I just find that odd that you can't make eye contact with a woman. I always advise you guys to go out and get into a fighting sport. Go out and get in a fighting sport and then get your butt kicked a whole bunch until you get good and you start kicking butts. And when you're able to do that, to switch that dynamic around from getting beat up for a year, because you're not going to go in there and like start beating dudes up after a week or after a month or after 2 months or 6 months. It's going to take like a year of constant, consistent practice, determination, and like just getting past that. I don't want to go in there and get my butt kicked today. I just don't want to do it. You're going to have to get past all that. And you know what's going to happen? There's not going to be a person in the world you can't look in the eyes when you see the switch. When that balance starts happening, where it's like, okay, we're starting to fight at a point where it's like, this guy can't beat me up no more. He's really got to work for it. To the point where it's like, I'm switching it up. I'm giving this dude shots, and I'm giving him like some work. You get that level of confidence. This is why I tell dudes fight. I didn't get that. I don't say this for nothing. I got that from the streets. You guys got to go out and don't go out in the streets anymore. People are goofy nowadays. People can't take their butt kickings no more. They want to shoot you and stab you. So go to a gym and learn it. And when you can face up to people, and like 80% of the dudes in the world, you could just stomp without breaking a sweat. You think that little girl over in HR or whatever is going to scare you? You can look at her like, who are you talking to all crazy? Not that you would beat her up. It's just you looking at her like, man, you really got some crazy confidence coming at me like that. Why would you think to even approach me like that? You're not going to be afraid to make eye contact with anybody. You're going to be looking at people like, what is wrong with you? Do you know what I can do to you? And I'm not saying be violent, but it changes how and who you are and how you approach the world. Combat sports is a game changer. Get out there and get some combat sports, boy. Get out there and get that combat sports. It's going to change the way you face the world. You ain't going to be scared of nothing. And if you're still scared after going to combat sports and sticking with it and learning to whip people's rears, man, you need some professional help. You need some professional help. You need to go sit down on one of them sofas, and the dude needs to do that little TikTok thing, and he need to, like, you know, hypnotize you and get you to start talking about what happened to you in your childhood, because something's seriously wrong with you. I'm just saying. Tayyip, what you talking about, homie? He said, Salam Abu. Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Even. Should I let my daughter pursue a college degree or a high school education sufficient if living in the West? Man, you asked me some serious stuff right here, man. The future of your child's future. My preference is this, and I made a whole video about it with the coffee beans. I'd prefer my daughter to get married. My daughter's 21. She's going to university, but I'm still looking for a husband for her. And I have no intentions of her, like, you know, going through university and not being married. I just have no intentions of this whatsoever. If she quits after that, if I get her, you know, because I plan on getting her a good husband. If she quits because she can, alhamdulillah. And I'm gonna tell her, have some kids and then go to college after that. You know why? Because you got your whole life. But that youth and beauty, you don't have that forever as a woman. That youth and beauty and your fertility, that's a window for women. That university window is open until you die. You can go to university at 85 years old, my niggas, but you can only have them kids for a certain window for a woman. Get married. Get that girl married. Get her married. I'm not saying don't go to university. Get her married, let her go to university. Let her get married, stop, and then go later. But get her married. Get her married, man. If she wants to continue studying after that, fine. But just remember, compare the two windows, the window of fertility and the window of higher education. Which one is smaller? Which one needs more focus? Fertility window. Because y'all remember back when I used to talk about Becky, and I had Becky on the show a few times back when I was together with Becky. Becky did that whole thing where she was like, you know, focusing on her youth and whatnot. Becky wasn't older, but she was like, when I married her, she was like her early 30s. And by the time I divorced her, she was like in her mid to late 30s. And from the beginning to the end, she was having fertility problems. And it's like, she was a healthy woman. She was a personal trainer. But that window of fertility, she's part of an ethnic group that has lower fertility than average. Eastern European women, you know, they're just not known for like having high birth rates. They're not. And so it showed. When she wanted to have a kid, she couldn't. And to this day, she still messages me here and there. It's been like, we've been broke up like 2-3 years now. 2 years. She still ain't got a kid. Tayyip, you want that to be your daughter? You don't. So I'm just saying. I agree, but does she even need a college education? Because wouldn't her husband be providing for her? I'd say get a college education for sure. I just say, you know, that it could be delayed. You know, someone was saying, I can't remember who it was. They were saying, I think it was actually Bobby on the last show. He's like, most people don't pick up their education after they say they're going to, after they start having kids, whatever. But I've seen it done. I've seen women, like, you know, have kids and then go study later on when the kids are bigger. My wife, this one right here, this is one of my wives. She does a great job, man. She went to university, she studied, you know what I'm saying? And she does like all my technical stuff. She does like, she's my YouTube, you know, channel manager. She does like all my thumbnails. She's got a skill that she learned in university, and because she's a woman and she has a creative mind, she has the ability to, like, you know, create things in a way that I as a man probably wouldn't. And so I think it has its benefits, but is it a priority early? Let me say this. Is it a priority early in life? Allahu Ta'ala. Allah knows best, man. This is a really, 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 really like personal thing. You know, I can't tell you, like, you know, don't tell her go to university. You know, Abuamerican said it, you know, and then like 10 years later, your girl's suffering because she can't get married. And so she don't have a career and she don't have a man. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to sit here and give people like advice like that, but you know what I mean? It's something to think about, man. Because a lot of sisters out here trying to get married, and they're like, Thor, man, yeah, I check the hot dude. There we go. Nice. What's good, Thor?
How you doing, brother?
I'm good, man. How you doing, bro?
Oh, good, man. I just drove up from visiting a crew. I got a few minute break here before lunch. Happy to
Okay,
join
nice.
you.
Absolutely, man. It's happy to have you here, man. If you guys don't know, this is Thor. This is the man, Red Pill Thor. Good to have you here. He's an OG. This is an OG right here. See, he shits on the right show.
Thanks, man. It's good to be here, man. I love everything you put out. I'm sorry I can't catch it all the time.
Oh, it's all good, man. It's all good. It's all good. Hey, man, you know what? Thor is like somebody I always want to talk about because he like actually took. I don't know. Did you go to university or did you do up the technical skill of lineman?
No, I only graduated with an associate degree. So
Okay.
did not finish in university. But I did that part-time since I graduated high school at 16. I did it early and then went to technical school, and I started a job right away because I wanted the money, because money for me equaled getting women and getting things. So why was I going to hang around in high school? I was kind of a nerd.
Yeah.
And if I could get some nice stuff and get some money in my pocket, that made all the difference.
And you got some money in your pocket with that lineman career, right? It's like a lineman is what you do, isn't it?
Absolutely. Yeah.
You guys must be busy right now in the U.S.
Oh my God. You heard about Texas, right?
Man, yeah.
Yeah.
What's her name? That girl, Lauren, she's talking about it. Power's been off for like 3 days or something.
Texas is really interesting. They have their own grid, whereas there's grid interties across the United States. There's Western, Eastern, Central, and they share power. Texas has its own grid. They have a few interties, but they're really kind of independent, which has been really beneficial. And a few key pieces of equipment and lines went down because of the storms. So they're struggling right now. I would suspect somebody will spend some money and make some more interties later.
Yeah, probably. I was gonna say they're probably gonna change that, you know. Yeah.
There is a call. There's a call for linemen for storm repair right now. So if guys out here want to pack their bags and split, you can do it.
How easy is it to get into a job like that? I mean, how difficult, how hard, how easy? What sort of training does a guy need?
I actually do a 1 hour coaching on this because there is schools. There are schools across America and Canada that will teach you the basics. They're trade schools and they cost around $16,000. And what they do is they certify you as a commercial driver. Some of them will give you a crane certification, and then they'll do some job placement with you to help you pay back your student debt. So you're kind of at that mercy. But the best way to do it is if you can get certified on your own and sign up with one of the joint union line builder apprenticeships across America. There's 4 or 5 really large ones, and they're selective. I mean, I know guys that have waited 3 years to get in.
Wow!
But once you get in, you have a job, you get paid extremely well. It's not unheard of for a first-year apprentice to break 100,000 if they're willing to work the overtime. So, but it is a dangerous job.
Yeah,
so
I've
they
seen
pay
it.
very well, and it's almost exclusively male, 99.9.
I can imagine. You know, you didn't see the feminists out there like rooting on. Yeah, give us those lineman jobs. Yeah.
Well, it's really hard, and the funny thing is, we hang suspended by our body belts that grab our hips. It's extremely uncomfortable physically for a woman because the upper body strength and the hip ratio, they're wider. So the actual thigh bones go in at a slightly different angle. It could be done, but it's uncomfortable for them. They could learn how to. It's uncomfortable for us too, but with the upper body strength, we can move things around and get adjusted to it.
Just better.
Now, to be fair, they're coming out with more and more lift trucks. So you don't have to be suspended by, the harnesses as much.
Okay. Yeah, guys. Thor's out here killing it on that cash with his lineman career. I'd literally, if I was going back to the US, I'd take his course and just become a lineman, even at 48. I don't know if they hire a 48-year-old lineman. I would try it. I'd just be like, because that just looks crazy and it looks
you
fun.
Could do it. I know guys that were in a different field and their field dried up. They lost their jobs. They came over and became apprentice linemen. I've seen it as much as 50 years old, and they use their noggin, they use their smarts, and they made it. Nice. There's a little bit of hazing that goes on, but if you're in shape, you could do it. The reason there's hazing early on with the apprentices is they're really trying to toughen you up because the job does get hard, and their lives depend on you being tough enough. If something goes wrong, they can pick you up and rescue you. That's really what it's all about. Now, it might be seen as unfair and harsh, but when the chips are down, like what happened to me in 1991. My,
Yeah,
my,
you
my,
mentioned that.
one of my best buddies that was 20 years older than me picked me up like a baby and carried me out of the vault on fire. So, you kind of want guys like that on your crew.
Absolutely, it's like the military.
Yeah.
It's the same thing with the military. You don't want to be on a squad with a weak guy. You just don't want to be on a squad with that guy. Because your life depends on it.
Yeah. And the funny thing is, women are attracted to those masculine, strong guys.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's a nice benefit.
Yeah, it
things,
is, man.
right? You were just talking about combat sports. It's the same principles, right?
Absolutely. Combat sports, man, I think it's really underrated. The level of mental toughness it takes you through on so many different ways. It makes you face yourself in a way that's uncomfortable. And I think this is why so many people start and quit, because it's uncomfortable. You got to deal with your cowardice. I love fighting. I fought in the streets, but there's been times where I've gone into a gym. I know nothing's going to happen. We got gloves on, but I've been scared, and you got to face that. It's like, why don't I want to go to the gym today? Is that guy over there and I just can't beat him. And he put them licks on you. And you know what I do? I go and I take my licks until I switch it around,
You see, you see, Abu, the thing is, I just gave a talk on this yesterday because, there's this big thing in society. They're telling males to be vulnerable. That actually means weakness. I mean, I've seen the example. They say, be vulnerable, go talk to the woman and show that you could take the rejection. Well, that's not really true. I liken it into a brave man that's won a medal in a battle. When they ask him, well, were you afraid? Hell yes, he was afraid. Every one of them says they're afraid. You go in the ring, you're afraid. But he took action. That's the bottom line. So if you're going to go talk to that woman, whatever it may be, you're actually brave, not vulnerable. Vulnerable is weakness.
Yep.
So, you're being brave. You're facing your fear. You're getting in there and you're pulling your weight. And that's an amazing thing about combat sports, because you have to get a little bit comfortable being uncomfortable. And when you start talking long-term relationships, that is the killer. The comfort level is the killer. Yep. You need to actually maintain a slight level of discomfort to keep things exciting for her and for you. I think you might agree with that, because you see too many men, they get the brass ring. I'm married. I got a steady supply. Oh, I'm going to drink a beer, sit on the couch. It's just too comfortable. Comfort will kill you. You must get comfortable being uncomfortable and be brave, face your fear, and go take it on.
You made a good point right there that I actually didn't even pick up on. This is this type of stuff where it's like, I've been having a hard time because I've been tall, I've been good looking, I've always been muscular and athletic. So games come kind of naturally easy to me, because it's just like, generally I can walk up to a woman and just be like, "What's up?" And they'd be like, "Oh," they turn on goofy eyes. A lot of guys don't have that benefit, but fighting sports, guys, he just dropped it, and I just realized one of the reasons that I keep talking about fighting sports. It's a subconscious thing. If you can face your fear of getting into the ring with another man, you think you're going to have approach anxiety?
No.
It's going to be, walking up to a woman, she shoots you down. Like, oh, okay, well, the last guy was trying to punch me in the face in the ring. You got a little, you got your bitch shield up. Okay, fine. Well, goofy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no kidding.
So that's another thing. You learn how to face a dude. You want to get in that ring. And let me tell you something. When you up in there and you fighting a guy who has got like 16 fights behind him, all of them knockouts, and you're like, oh, okay, this is going to be fun. You get in that ring, you're like, oh, man. If you don't hesitate more for that than approaching a woman.
Yep. And I've done that too, just like you. I'm a jiu-jitsu brother. Not quite where you've made black belt. Congratulations. That's an amazing accomplishment. Unfortunately, I made purple, but I did do some fighting. Nice. And the one thing, I would be scared going into the ring, MMA. So I did this, but I did this more than 15 years ago when it was still pretty early and the rules were different. But I won two, I lost one, but I went in against a guy that was a pro. And here's how I looked at it. I was fearful. But I said, you know what? No matter what, I just want to leave that ring and have that guy know that he was in a hell of a fight. Win, lose, draw. He's going to know he had to earn it. And he did.
You know, I was just thinking that today when I made that tweet. I was talking about this tweet earlier where I was talking about, it's like, I don't care if you've been to the moon and brought back an alien. I was like, you know, I don't care if it's Mike Tyson. He better watch out how he talks to me. He can knock me out. He can kill me with a punch. But I'm like, I'm going to do an Eminari roll and like go for a heel hook. He's going to be like, what the heck is this dude doing? But take him down with an Eminari roll. If you guys don't know what Eminari is, check out Eminari roll. That dude has won more fights by like doing some crazy roll on the ground. And I actually learned it. I practiced it until I mastered it. And then heel hooking dudes. Dudes would beat him up because he wasn't a good striker, but he was an excellent leg locker. And he would do this thing called an Eminari roll that led to leg locks. And he had almost 100% hit rate with it. Wow. Patrick Kotowski asks, what is Thor's course called?
Well, hey, Pat, I don't have a course per se, but I do have a couple of video courses on my YouTube channel about working out and kettlebells. And then I have some philosophy shorts that's I read from the Book of Odin. So it's Red Pill Thor YouTube channel. Now, I am working on a course that should be out, I'm hoping, by summer. And you'll find this one interesting. There is a shortened version of it that's on my YouTube channel right now, which is called Added Value and Liabilities in a Long-Term Relationship, or otherwise, how to maintain your long-term relationship. So we actually go into talking about what steps you actually have to take and what you should look for when things start to creep in, such as boredom, contempt, what the ladies like to do with their emotions and how they speak with you and how they withhold or how they might nag you. You need to pay attention to those things, because when those things come up, it really doesn't mean much on their side. It means you need to take attraction and become attractive to them again. Whatever that may be. And if you can do that throughout the years, you can have a nice long-term relationship. I myself is in a month and a half will be married 28 years with her 30. And sorry about that. I am at work though. So let me just silence that. I have about another 15 minutes that I can talk.
Yeah, the show ends in like 9 anyway. So
great. No problem. But I'll be working on that course. It's pretty detailed. I gave my first presentation on it last night. If you're interested, it's through Modern Life Dating's Body Language Mastery course right now. So I give a couple presentations there. Some of my expertise would be on hormone replacement therapy. I'm 58 years old. And I do TRT, so I can point guys in the right direction there. And I also do a presentation on how to become more durable mentally and physically as a man. That some of the techniques that you can do, mental exercises to do that and simplify your life.
There you go. Check them out. Where's it? Shackle says, will comments more tell me with my fear of dogs, cats, and rats?
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
I mean, it's going to help you conquer fear. I mean, there's nothing like a 250-pound man on top of you dropping elbows and bombs.
There you go.
That's pretty bad.
You know what helped me with I used to have it might be epigenetics. Black people and dogs, we used to have dogs on us in America a lot. Maybe it got passed on genetically. I used to have a fear of dogs. And then let me tell you this story. What happened was one day I was walking. This was, I had to been about like 19 or 20. And I had a Ford Escort RS 2000. The thing was a monster. I had it tuned up and everything. It comes stock 150 horsepower. I had it tuned up to like 220. And it broke down because it would break down a lot because of the tuning up, the extra power. It's just a lot of stuff would go wrong. And it was a snowstorm. And I was walking from like the middle of Kaiserslautern City. And I lived a long way, but I was trying to walk to like military housing because I knew homies there that could drive me back to the house or help me tow my car. So I'm walking. I figured I'll call them. And back then we didn't have cell phones. Remember that there was no cell phones. It was that long ago. But they had telephone booths everywhere. And so I used to stop and try and use the telephone booths. And every single telephone booth I went to said, out of service due to vandalism. So they would just shut down the telephone booth because it was vandalized so much. So I was getting increasingly angry with every telephone booth that got broke. So I walked about like maybe 8 kilometers in like crazy snow. It wasn't just regular snow, it was crazy snow. And I wasn't really dressed for the occasion because I was driving in my car, and I didn't have my snow boots on, snow jacket. So I was cold, I was wet, and I was mad as hell because niggas was like vandalizing phone booths that I wanted to use. So I finally get to military housing, and I'm walking down the sidewalk, and I'm slipping everywhere. because nobody's shoveling the snow. So I'm getting mad with every like step also. And then these two girls are up on like this little incline, and there's like they're building a snowman, and then I see this not pit bull, sorry, a Rottweiler come running down the hill at me, and he's making that like like noise, like he's being really aggressive, angry, like threatening. And she's like, oh god, oh god, oh god. This girl is freaking out and panicking. So I'm like, this dog is used to attacking people or is really hostile, and she knows it. But I was just like, and normally I would have ran, but that day I was like, that dog, you are getting my anger. And I was so mad. I just like, the dog was coming at me. I tried to kick it, and he was like a ninja dog. He like literally jumped out of the way. 4 legs better than 2, I guess. And I was like, oh, okay, that's impressive. But he made a mistake. And it's the same mistake you make in fighting. He didn't jump to the outside. He jumped to the inside, because I tried to kick him with my left leg, because in Taekwondo, we learned how to kick with our left leg. And so I just tried to do a front kick to his face, and he jumped to the inside. And so when I came down, he lined himself perfectly for a right hand. And I just came down to him like, bow, and I caught him right on the side of the neck, because he had jumped to the side a little bit, and he like fell up in this tree like all crazy hard. It was a hard hit. It actually hurt my fist. I was like, that dog got a solid head, because I caught him like sort of like on the chin like area there, and he was like up against these 2 trees that were like decoration, and I was gonna grab him and then just start thrashing him everywhere. So I was going for his collar, and the dog was freaking out. Now the dog was like, oh, yo, let me get the hell out of here. He's like, but he can't go nowhere because of the tree. And then the lady grabbed the leash and then yanked the dog, and I grabbed a handful of tree, and I just ripped out a bunch of tree. So I was standing there looking like a crazy black dude, huge black dude with a bunch of trees in my hand. And I was just like, better control it, an animal. I just dropped the trees and I walked off. She was just standing there like,
yeah. No, dogs are an amazing thing. It's interesting that you said what you said, maybe an epigenetic thing. Do you know that the conquistadors used war dogs, and they were of the Rottweiler variety when they conquered the Aztecs, and they were scared shitless of those dogs. They had like 40 of them with them, with the famous conquistador that took down Montezuma.
Ooh.
So yeah, they used armored dogs. They would put armor on them and send them into battle. It's a crazy thing. That's history. You can check it out. Yeah. But back to fear. If you guys do have fears of things, I've seen hypnosis do amazing things for base programming where it's fear, pain, things like that. So if it's something you want to conquer, you could certainly do it in that fashion.
Yeah, check that out. Check out hypnosis. I never even thought about doing that. Later on, I actually started. My fear disappeared of dogs after that. So maybe you need to get into a fight with a dog, Shay.
I don't recommend that.
I don't either. Get really mad. Do it when you're mad.
Mm-hmm. They got a chainsaw for a mouth.
Yeah, pretty tough. It was a crazy thing, but I was just mad at that time, and I was just like, I couldn't feel anything, and I was just like, so if he bites me, I'm already cold and tired and hurt and whatever. So I was just like, you know what, yeah. But
they're super sensitive to energy too. If they sense that energy, some of the toughest dogs, it's like not really worth it. Off. Yeah.
Yeah, I had like I let my mad monkey out the cage. I wrote a whole book called The Mad Monkey, and I just let him out the cage that moment. I was just like, I'm gonna kill you, and he must have smelled that like I'm gonna kill you energy, because he was trying to get the heck away from me. After that, I took care of some. I think they're called Fantosas. There's some huge dogs. I mean, the dog comes up to my chest, like 200-pound dogs. The Japanese fighting dogs. I ended up taking care of those for like 2 months. Those were some terrifying animals.
Yes,
those were scary. They were massive. If he stood up and put his paws on my shoulder, it would be taller than me. The dog literally stood taller than me. You know what's
amazing about dogs? If you think about it, we made them.
Yeah.
Us human beings made them from wolves and foxes.
Yeah.
And look at the varieties that's out there. I mean, we kind of we made them. Somebody made us. We made them. It's an interesting concept.
I found it. Tosa. I used to take care of these things. Let me see if I can find a good picture on one of these right here. There's no like comparison next to people. Oh, well here's a good image right here. Hold on 1 second. Let me see if I get this screen share thing going on here. Screen share, Chrome tab. Where is it? There we go. These things, man, look how big it is compared to that dude. Now, that's probably Chinese dude, so he's probably small. But
yeah, look at the head, though, and look at the sinews off of their limbs. It's solid.
These things are just massive, and they are really like I can't even explain it. They're just these massive, massive, massive dogs. The picture doesn't do justice on how big these things are and how scary they're just literally like that. These huge things of muscle. But anyway, I lost my fear of dogs after that. I took care of like 3 of those things for like a month and a half, after that. So, yeah, try some rheumatology.
Yeah, I certainly have dogs today, but they're nothing like that. My war dog only weighs 4 pounds.
I want to get me, what are these things called? A Rhodesian Ridgeback. I want to get me a couple of Ridgebacks. Yeah.
Yeah, they're supposed to be really, really loyal too.
Super loyal, low fear. They have very low fear, but they say the problem is with them is that they have a lack of what they call impulse control when it comes to pursuing wild. So when it comes to pursuing game, they don't listen to commands. They'll just freak out because they're hunting dogs and they were like bred for absolute hunting. So yeah. But I want them because they're highly protective, highly tribal animals. But anyway, another topic for another day. Yeah, guys, we're up on 1 hour. I really appreciate you guys for tuning in. Thor, thank you for coming on.
Guys, anytime we'll do it again.
Yeah, guys, I appreciate everybody who signed up for my new channel. I did the whole channel membership thing. You can sign up. Go ahead, hit it up, guys. I'm gonna have some some extra videos on the back end side of the game for members only. I appreciate you guys who signed up. Thor, you want to drop anything before we go?
Just check me out on YouTube. It's Red Pill Thor channel. See what you think there. And I'm on Instagram at Red Pill Thor. We'll see you guys out there.
This is OG Logic, episode number 25. Thanks for tuning in. We are out.
Oh, yeah. Red Sings the Blues. I'm going to be doing an interview with him coming up, I believe, on the 21st of March. Correct me if I'm wrong. Red Sings the Blues. But that'll be fun.
Also. Yeah, I was on Red also. He's a good guy.
That'll be good. Thanks, guys. Bye.
All right, guys, we're out.